And Andrew has found the Twitch straight away.
No.
Yes.
Excellent.
Andrew, YouTube Andrew, he's actually come straight to Twitch this time.
Hi, Andrew.
Listen.
Has been way.
Oh. And feet.
Yeah. So tonight we're going to be talking about pool cleaners.
Did you just skip your fingers?
Pool cleaners and dentures. Because Mark misheard, and instead of saying I've got some Instagram adventures, he thought I said dentures, which then got us onto a whole topic of conversation about teeth and dentists, which you missed. So, well done.
And everybody's left. No.
Dentists.
Hi, do you guys ever do meet and greets? I want to be in the vape scene. There is no vape scene.
What about Expo? You
Expo,
come to Expo.
Birmingham, end of May.
Wait. Why has our Nightbot given Mick Bliss a timeout? What? Nightbot?
Stop spamming symbols.
Sorry,
oh,
Mick.
Bless him.
Who is Nightbot?
Hang on a minute. A 5-second timeout. I mean, that is a really harsh penalty, that, isn't it?
For spamming symbol.
Did Mick even notice that he'd been timed out for 5 seconds?
It was literally instantly. Sorry, Mick. That wasn't our doing, and definitely not.
And by the time we noticed and apologised, he was probably back okay. So
no one told me I was muted, so you all missed. Good evening, welcome to Tooth Talk UK. I was muted through the whole thing.
Were we all muted?
We heard you.
Just me.
Just you.
Oh,
okay.
Just you. Oh, okay. No, fair enough.
Jay, cheers, mate.
Random.
Yeah, we know, Mick. You just sent a couple of emojis and fuck shit. Nightbot, we need to kick you from the moderator.
Nightbot, consider yourself warned. Yeah.
Just to let you know, I've just noticed they're turning off the desktop app for Twitch.
Are they?
Is there a desktop app?
Is there a desktop app? Why?
Am I the only one? Am I the only bugger that's using it?
No, I have it. I've used it occasionally, but it completely hogs your computer system, so I never use it now.
Okay, that's probably why they've stopped using it.
Savage Simon, good evening. Kim Ria, good evening. Good to see you guys.
Saving Private Bacon, if you're still here, you're welcome to join us in the after show. If you want to.
Do you reckon he's a bot? Do you reckon he's just trying to sell some cotton?
I don't know.
Who's that?
He said he just got a smart baseball hat.
No, the bacon was cotton bacon. It was a joke.
I got you.
Well, it says it matches his tank. You shouldn't be watching Twitch while driving a tank.
Oh, this is great. Is it
very
Sherman?
Dangerous.
Wait, is it a Russian tank or?
I wasn't going to say that. I thought it, but I didn't say it.
No, but that's important in terms of how we're going to treat the situation.
Don't rush in a tank. Take it slowly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Definitely not.
Oh, but
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Europe.
Europe who?
No, Europe who.
Oh god.
God. That's the That's not even.
Thanks very much for joining us, guys.
Thank you to Mark's children for that joke.
Evening feed.
It's nothing to do with my
Lord.
daughter. It's all on me.
What Darcy told you that?
Oh no. Oh dear. Do you know what? Actually, I had a chat with some of my gay friends. I actually asked them what LGBTQ stood for.
You asked them.
Yeah. I couldn't get a straight answer.
Well, I've
No.
got to go, guys. That's me sacked, isn't it? Like,
Chandler.
Yeah.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
I eat mop.
right.
I eat mop who?
You dirty bastard. I told you, right, knock knock is
Wait.
the
Mark, you
future.
gotta do the lounge music. Gotta do the lounge music as well.
Do, 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 do.
There we go.
Well, Phil isn't here, so. And wait, Matt usually fucks off as well when. Do that.
I was quite happily sat in there watching Pirates of the Caribbean.
What's up, Savage Time and King Ree over on YouTube? Feel free to join us over on Twitch if you feel like it.
What do you call a non-binary samurai? They/them.
That's not a bad one. I could get away with that at work. You're right.
Yeah, sorry.
What?
We'll now have a 2-minute silence for a show that just died.
2 minutes. 2 minutes silence for that joke.
Okay.
Let's stand by tumbleweed.
I like that one.
Oh, echo. So, Dave,
Hello.
what you vaping on tonight?
What am I vaping on? Oh yeah, we vape, don't we? Yes. Of course. Right, I am.
Do you even
I am.
vape, bro?
Do you even vape, bro? So,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, some people would say probably not, but I have got the Cthulhu AIO with a Cubics inside that.
Hang on.
Cubics.
Sorry. Reese Witherspoon? No, with a knife. Sorry. Carry on.
Yeah. So
That wasn't me. I'm getting accused of the bad jokes. That's a viewer.
So yeah, Chad, just put your jokes into chat and Mark will try and finish them for you. So I've got that. Got Cubics inside and freshly re-wit Cubics because I was on the Nautilus Bridge over the weekend because I was away, and I've got Cactus Lychee Punch in it. I have got the Minicam Plus with Lars Juice Orangutan in it, as always. And lastly, I have got a Nautilus 3.
Interesting.
Very nice.
I'm curious.
Which was recommended on this little podcast thing that we do.
Yeah.
By one of our
Vaguely recommended.
it was very much
It was
recommended
very
by
highly
by,
recommended.
by our group expert. There are several of us that are set up as group experts, but he's the only one that is actually an expert. It's Dan Goodchild
Yes.
from Isig Zoo, and he was saying about how much he liked this, so I thought I'd give it a try, and he's bloody right. It is the best for me. It's the best Nautilus since the.
If you're gonna sit here and do advertising for E6U, you damn well also give the promotion code to get a discount.
Yes, if you listen to our podcast, but I'll give it here as well, is if you use the code VVRP10, save 10%. And no, it's very good. The only thing I would say is when you buy it, make sure you buy the extension glass with it, because it disappears very quickly. But it's quite cheap. But yeah, so you get basically it's like 4 ml of juice in it with the extension. And the one things I like about it is the coil is right at the bottom of the tank. so you don't have like a mill of juice left. It goes right the way down to the end.
So-
Airflow's brilliant. I've got it on the second smallest airflow, and that's tight enough for me. You can go super tight on it.
How tight? Super tight. I like it tight. Give me tight.
It's got
Tight.
it has a 0.8 on it, and it's
Mark, you need a point
Oh,
two
look
or
at
something.
look at them! Look at them cheek dimples when you're sucking on that. That's definitely Dolan tight. That.
That's
that
what
would-
she said.
Tight as a tiger.
yes.
Oh,
yes.
indeed.
Proper tight. Yeah.
What
like I said,
coil are
and
they using? The original 0.7s ones?
you put any coil you want. It comes with a mesh built in, and I've got that. And this is the first time I don't mind this mesh. It's quite good. And it's lasted over a week. But yeah, it takes every Nautilus coil you can throw at it. It takes, and the good thing about it is you can change the coil when your tank is full, because when you unscrew, and this is where I've realised I do it wrong, but when you unscrew and take off thing and pull out the coil, it closes. So the tank,
You can turn it upside down and everything.
turn it upside down and everything. So it's got juice flow control in it for when you're changing your coil. So yeah. So
Sorry,
yes.
David, not you.
No, that's all right. That's fine.
It's not very often. It's not very often that a comment in chat will take me, but that got me.
who is bottom left? Ah, right. Okay.
Chandler, I think. He used to be
he
anyway.
is. On their screen, he is. Yeah.
Oh, me, I was looking at. Sorry, I looked at our screen and went,
Yeah,
"Oh, they're
we see
talking
it
about
differently.
Martin." Okay, I look like a janitor in a school. Apparently, there we go. Another thing that's concerning me is private bacon. How old are you?
Yeah, private bacon. If you're not 18, you're not allowed to be in here.
Oh, just
Yeah.
thought we'd give you that warning. You know, 18 plus, please.
Anyway,
This-
sorry, Dave.
No, that's fine. It could be a school teacher. But yeah. But
Used
no,
to work
yeah.
in
So
schools.
so yeah. Until the court case. But yeah, it
I
was.
promised not to mention that.
Just lift your fingers.
Jesus.
But
Who
yeah.
is here?
So yeah, the Nautilus 3. I would, if people are looking for that sort of thing, I would highly recommend it. So yeah, it was a very good shout.
Kaz,
Yeah,
did
yeah,
you
so
just lift
that's
your
how-
fingers?
Yes, and inside that I've got the last of the DSV Tropical Thunder from Darkstar. So yes, that's what I'm vaping.
Nice.
So I'll go different this time. Martin, what are you vaping?
Sorry, just some thanks, Matt. Cheers for the sub, and also Phil. Phil, yes, Phil,
and,
you.
don't worry.
Phil, we're talking to you. Phil, wake up.
Phil, wake up.
Cheers to the sub,
Good
mate.
knock knock. Chandler, he's in college, private bacon. So,
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chandler,
What?
Ooh.
It's blue.
it's
What?
RSQ. No, I'm
Is it-
just
is that-
kidding. There's nothing in there.
Is that rig?
Yeah, it's the RSQ, the best squonker ever made.
Okay. And
With,
there's nothing in
solder.
it.
No,
You can't see the rig on mine because I've got a wrap on mine, but
because you,
Okay.
you, I don't know what you do.
I use mine. That's why.
Yeah, you scratch it.
Regulated and everything, isn't it?
The RSQ's a rig. I always thought that was an Eiffel Tower.
No, Rick, it's a.
Supposed to be an
it's-
oil rig. I know.
Oil rig.
It's what
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
the cool kids today they call a collab, which it was back 5 years ago. I just rewigged the Narca on the Winter Dragon, so squonking.
Whoa, steady on, lad. Steady on.
Going from a Nautilus 3 to a Narca. That's what I like. That's what I like. Let's cover the
we're
spectrum,
nothing-
boys.
If we're nothing but inclusiveness.
Oh, aye.
Cover the entire spectrum.
Yeah.
And
Quite
also on
literally
the-
as well.
on the Blue Noct with Italy Mob Mini celebrating that they didn't qualify for the World Cup. Fucking cunts.
Italy
Uh,
didn't.
No.
I mean, oh no, that's a shame.
They
Okay.
went out to North
Listen.
Macedonia of all countries, so it's hilarious.
I think
yeah,
I've just
maybe.
worked out. Sorry, I think I've just worked out who saving private bacon is.
Hey.
I've got a feeling that's Mark Ski. Good evening, sir. Yes,
Could be.
I never managed to get one, mate. I didn't.
In college.
Mm.
And I forgot to. I think in Narca I put in some. What the fuck is it? Some Jago strawberry yogurt. And in the Oro thingy, I've got some. Also, yogurt.
Nice.
Apricot. And last but not least, of course, Caliburn. With a cheeky Chinese blue cap thingy put on instead of the standard black one.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Cheeky.
My
Cheeky.
friend had a pack in his shop, so I said, that's mine. And I gave him fuck all for it.
Make it matchy. That's the way.
Hashtag free shit.
Yeah, well. On my last bottle of Just Juice, and said shop owner has 20 more bottles that I just have had to pick up for 2 weeks. Just haven't been bothered. So, yeah. That's it. Kendra. Kendra, what are you vaping? No, he's here.
Granddad.
Hello. Sorry. What?
Janitor.
Yeah.
Granddad.
Okay. Vaping. Yes. I got. I'm very fortunate that I had a slight billet box incident last week, and a wire got a bit frayed. It wasn't quite firing, so I just took the back off to have a look, and this wire was all bare. And someone just up the road went, "I'll fix that for you. Send it over."
Hang on, but who was that? Who was that person?
Yeah. Who was that person?
Who was that person? That was a Mr. Nigel Mogson. SVB, and bless him, he's fixed my billet, and jeez, not only did he fix the billet, I was expecting him just to either change the wire or put a bit of tape around it or something, but he went, no, I put in a, let me push the fire button to get the screen up, because the screen on this one's lopsided, it's the other way around.
That's the Lost Vape one, right?
This is the one with the Lost Vape board in it, yeah. And he's swapped it because the buttons used to still work the same way that they are supposed to do. Mm-hmm. But he swapped the board around, so now the button, when you push the up button, it actually goes up, and when you push the down button, it goes down instead of the other way around. I'm so easily excited.
Now it's not unique anymore, Chandler. You know?
Huh?
It's not unique anymore in the same way.
Well, it kind of is, because the board is still the wrong way around to all the other billet boxes. The board's that way around. But yeah, so thanks, Nigel. He changed that for me as well. And he's also fixed my.
That's your £5 borrow.
My B&B.
Yeah.
I paid 20.
I remember when you got that.
20 quid for that.
Wait, didn't you pay £5? Did you pay 20?
I paid 20 quid for it. Yeah, but I was going to change out. There's a click fet in there.
Yeah. And
I couldn't, because it's all stab wood. There you go. That's the word, stab wood. Because I'm getting old. I forget stuff. I was going to change the board out because it wasn't clicking. The button was a bit erratic.
So it was only clicking, not clicking.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to get the board out without completely messing up the box. So I said, Nigel, could you have a look at this as well? And he's fixed it as well. So I've got a new click fet in there, and cubics inside it with some sweet pea from justadnick.co.org. Yeah, I knew I was saying it wrong as soon as I did.
You know the rule. If you're going to promote, you need a promotion code.
And promotion code VVRP fuck all gets you absolutely fuck all off your order.
But he wouldn't give John
Approved.
Boys, and thank you very much for joining us over on the YouTubes.
So, and we went to, it was my daughter's birthday, so we've just had 2 days at Alton Towers. and my feet are absolutely killing me. My knee hurts. Am I getting old? My knee was
do you mean you're
killing me
getting?
at the end.
You're not getting.
I'm like, what? Oh, my.
You just had 2 days at Alton Towers,
Yes.
and who else do we know that went to Alton Towers on the weekend?
Who else went to Alton Towers at the weekend?
Why didn't we record a podcast this weekend?
He wasn't at Alton Towers. He was at somewhere else, wasn't he?
All right, maybe not. Maybe I'm incorrect, but yeah, I just suddenly thought you were having a meet up and not inviting me. Fair enough.
No, not at all. Yeah, I'm sure he was somewhere, but I don't think it was Alton Towers. But anyway, so where was I going with that?
Where are you going? Well, you've had your
Where
Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so I've had my
fixed.
yeah, so I've had that. I've had that for my mouth to lung. Was my mouth to lung setup, and I took my vape flask, which actually worked really well. They have quite nice. They have designated smoking areas, although there's no mention of vaping, and everybody just seems to vape wherever they like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I behaved myself. Me and the missus behaved herself, and we only vaped in the designated smoking area.
You really?
Yeah. Well, behaved ourselves to a point.
Yeah. At some point when you've been in the queue for 2 hours, you're just like, fuck this.
What were the queues like?
Mm.
Good evening, Mr. Payne. Good to see
But
you.
the
buddy.
queues weren't too bad.
When did you go?
So Sunday, Monday.
Okay.
So we went Sunday, stayed overnight in the hotel. Sunday night.
Mark, check out YouTube. We've actually had an offer to take over.
I don't know who Simon is, but let's go have a beer. Sounds like fun.
Okay. What's going on? What have I missed?
Savage Simon on YouTube is asking if we would be up for a Saturday night takeover. Simon's Saturday show, 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't fall on our Friday night, it's.
Yeah.
Well,
obviously.
it's called the Saturday show, so
I would assume it's Saturday.
Oh, well, you know what assumptions are.
yeah. As long as it's not this Saturday, because I'm actually going to Germany again.
Let down.
And my other thing I'm vaping is my billet box with a insider in it.
Another billet box.
I might have another billet. Yeah, well, this one's set up direct lung, whereas that one's set up the mouth to lungy thing. So.
Or you can just cover the hole, then it's mouth to lung.
Yeah, could do that. And inside there, I've got my controversial "Hello, my cupcake" liquid. That I've been messing around mixing again as I normally do, and it's got a cupcake flavour in it, obviously. Strawberry, raspberry, and what really fried Jimmy's bacon was the fact that I put Kool-Aid in it as well. And Jimmy was like, "What?" And I quite like it. Although I have taken Jimmy's advice because he was telling me that I don't vape liquid at a strong enough strength. So that was my original mix at a 10% mix, and this is the 15% version.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you into a little secret, Chandler.
Yeah.
There's one little flavour that lifts everything.
Okay. And that is?
Orange cream.
Oh, orange cream. I'm going to have to see if any of those bottles that you gave me have got OC written on it.
You may have some there. Orange cream, just 1% or so, but you will find that it lifts custards, it lifts fruits, it lifts everything. Orange cream is the answer to everything.
Okay.
Did I ever send you my vanilla egg custard? I know I sent a bunch out.
No.
No. I'll tell you what.
Vanilla egg custard.
Yeah.
As in egg custard tart egg custard.
It's so light. It's so...
With cinnamon.
No.
Well, not cinnamon, nutmeg.
No. I'll send you my recipe. There you go.
bless you.
I'll send you the recipe, but you can't.
Share it.
Oh, I don't give a shit anymore.
Can't sell it.
So watch this space for Chandler's egg custard coming to a store near you.
It was actually called. I actually named it Lush.
Lush. Oh, really?
So guys, Savage Simon has a YouTube channel, and it's about vaping. So it's not just any.
Oh, okay.
He's invited us to any Saturday from 8:30 to 10:30. Presume that's UK time, where we're all available. We just drop a message and we.
And ditto, if you ever want to come play with us on a Tuesday, just drop one of us a message, mate.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
good.
Again, open invitation, Simon.
Mutual swap over, like it.
It's like a swinging party.
I was just gonna. That's what
I've
Janet does
I've
on
got to go.
Thursdays.
I've got to go.
Right, Chandler, recipe incoming. Tell me what you think.
Oh, bless you. Is it pinging? I'll
I'll tell you what, I'm just going to dump it in our group one. I don't know how readable that'll be, but
Oh, okay.
no, that doesn't make any sense at all.
All you're doing now is you've just got to decrypt it.
Yeah, the numbers are a bit. I can see what. Ooh.
I'm just going to recopy and paste that so it just says percentage.
Okay.
If anyone
Interesting.
wants it, let me know.
Oh, and orange cream. I see it.
And holy vanilla as well is a. If you've never.
Holy vanilla. No, not seen that one. It's usually either Capella V1 or vanilla ice. The what's the vanilla ice cream? Yeah, the vanilla ice cream.
I'm just sorry. I'm
Are
just.
the ones that I use.
Bear with me. I'm just deleting out all the bollocks so you can read it as a percentage. Because this was all designed for like God knows how many litres.
Okay. Yeah. No, I can imagine. So it's like, So what is that, like the number of bottles that you put in and stuff like that?
That was based on. Well, there's a litre of 18 milligram nick in it, so.
What?
That'd be quite a batch.
A litre of what?
So
80
that's
milligram
the
nick.
design for the bathtub size, right?
Exactly.
Bloody hellfire.
Exactly. Right, this will make more sense to you. I'm sorry, this is probably extremely boring.
We're just sharing recipes. Oh, there you go. All
There
right,
we
okay,
go.
yeah, but they're percentages.
Oh,
Except for the
holy
except holy vanilla.
is 0.5.
Oh, that's 0.5 at the end. Okay, got it.
And put some colada in as well. Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
it's
try
a
something.
touch.
What's Trey Leche?
Trey Lesh.
Delicious.
It's Flavour West.
Oh,
Concentrate.
okay.
Leche means milk.
Oh, so basically that just says very milky.
Well, no, tres means
3. Not
It-
not Trey as in very. So Trey Magnifique. Isn't that very
possibly.
okay?
I believe.
So-
do you know DDL? Do you know Dulce de Leche? Trey Lesh is darker, I believe. You must use DDL in your mixes.
DDL.
Dulce de Leche. Oh my god! How have you ever made custard?
Well, I just did a bit of Capella V1 and lots of vanilla.
Dulce de Leche. Lift
Dulce
it.
de Leche. Really?
Bit of graham cracker. Yeah.
With a graham cracker in it. Okay.
You
Dulce-
heathen! You really don't play with flavours, do you?
I do play with flavour. I
Probably not quite
do,
on the
but you've got
molecular
to-
level you've done it, and that's a difficult word for me to say.
Yeah, obviously you tend to go, right, I want to make a custard, ergo, I pick the custard flavour. It's knowing these little tricks where, if you add, if you add orange to it, it lifts the flavour. Why would I think of adding orange to an egg custard?
There's just 0.5% in there, but
Yeah. So yeah, it's knowing these little tricks that play around with the flavors. Someone told me that adding a little tiny bit of little tiny bit of pear to a flavor gives it a bit of body, whatever that is.
do you know if you add pear to anything, it'll make the area that you've mixed it in stink for a month? Because pear concentrate absolutely reeks.
Okay.
There was one we used to make with quite a heavy amount of pear in it, and it was stinky to say the least. Bit of sugar cookie, yes, Fee, absolutely.
Pair of what?
Hmm?
A pair of what?
I can't hear.
A pair of what?
Just pear.
Oh yeah.
As in
Oh.
the fruit. Yes.
So Mark.
So welcome to
Yeah,
Flavorcast.
just that.
Done.
Oh,
Thanks very much for joining us.
Is that the dot mod by any chance there, Mark?
Yeah, dot mod with the dots. No, I've got the EVL spot.
Snail.
Snail? No, EVL.
EVL snail.
What's the EVL?
Yeah, I think it's the dot.
That's the
Oh,
spot.
the
I
dot.
think it's the spot. Yeah, I think it's
Everyone
the
laughed
spot.
at me when I said spot.
That's the
The
spot.
spot.
Why did they call it a spot?
Because it's dead cool.
Because it goes in a
Okay.
dot. Fuck's sake, channel. The
Oh, so it's a
it goes
dot
in the
spot.
dot.
So a spot for the dot.
And
Yeah.
what does it have in the middle where the airflow goes in? A little spot.
Okay.
Oh.
Never
Well, there you
noticed
go.
that. I've always thought it was a hole.
Yeah. The EVL hole. Oh, no.
Dear, those of you
I always like a little old me.
Those of you sat silent in chat over on Twitch or anywhere else, not asking for recipes, but what is your favourite addition? For those of you that have mixed in the past, what is your favourite addition to a basic vanilla custard e-liquid that you find lifts the flavour?
Vomit.
If you fancy making a vomit e-liquid, please feel
Hey,
free.
it tastes better than vanilla, so.
Okay.
No, vanilla, if you get it, the problem is, right, when you're making a vanilla custard, people go apeshit crazy on vanilla. And there's no need to.
I'm just stating my opinion, you know?
Really?
I hate vanilla. So,
Perhaps that's what I'm doing wrong, putting too much vanilla custard in.
How much vanilla is in that
bean.
recipe?
There you go, vanilla bean ice cream. What?
MDMA. Cheers, Ben. Good evening. Holy vanilla, 0.5%. Madagascar Villa, to be fair, 1.5%. But as far as vanilla goes, that's it. There's a bath
Madagascar.
cream.
Hang on. How does this all add to 4, 4.5, 5, 6? Orange cream 0.1, 0.1%.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay. Where did I get up to? 6, 7.5, 8, 9, and then custard. So we're looking at about 13, 14% in total.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.1%.
13.1%. Okay.
But the thing is, do you know when people are devising, they go a lot like, from the sound of things, Jimmy thinks that because the percentage is stronger, the flavour's stronger. But what you'll find is that some concentrates mask other concentrates, and you don't need less. As cliched as it is, less is actually more.
Yeah, because
That's good. That's good to hear. Because all I get when I'm on the podcast and I've gone and I've mixed this at 10%, so I've made this all up and and it's 10% is good. All you hear in the background is 20%.
yeah, but that's because he's like me. He's used to getting 2 bottles of concentrate from various places, and they're all mixed at 20%, but they're designed to be mixed at that. When you're mixing it yourself, you vary it because of the flavour you're making. I mean, like Mark said, I've done it before. I just buy liquids. I've mixed them stronger before, and it hasn't enhanced the flavour. It's just gone. I couldn't really taste anything after that because it just gets overpowering.
Yeah.
Mark, you have a challenge because Mick is looking for something that resembles Cape Fear.
I don't recall Cape Fear, to be honest. And Grumpy, it's been too long. It's been too long.
But Grumpy Custard was... I always remember Grumpy Custard. That had a hint of golden syrup in it. Their custard. The Grumpy
You
Custard.
can get yourself over to Grant's and pay 39 quid for 100 ml.
Grant.
If that's your thing. Good evening, Dale. Good to see you, fella.
Hey Dale, Chandler, what about that liquid we had up some shows ago? That with the weird labels.
That was
the barrel aged thingy.
Yes.
Oh.
And I know that's why I thought Grant's, because it was in whiskey bottles, and I now can't remember it.
It was some peculiar name. Ah, shit.
Yeah,
I can't remember. We had it on the show.
Yeah. I've deleted that link now. That link's gone.
Was it Drunken Custard?
No.
No.
It was a much more peculiar name.
Yeah.
Gorgon Spirit.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it.
Got it, yeah.
Yeah, it was the Gorgon Spirit. They put it in either whiskey barrels or
It was
rum barrels
Cognac
or brandy, whatever. And they are in there at least 6 months.
6 months, $18.99 for... Oh no, $28.99 for 100 ml. To be fair, everything's sold out since we last went on there.
Is it? Oh, right.
What, Gorgon Spirit? Are you on the website?
Mm.
They do, separate themselves from masses, so,
Well, look, this is all our fault. We obviously promoted their brand, and now they've got Boggle left.
Between here and the podcast,
$24.99.
Those 20 people have bought them out.
Oh, they've got some Hades 7 leaves. $24.99. A tobacco, vanilla custard, cheesecake, and toffee biscuit. Does actually sound quite
that
nice.
sounds like too many flavors in one.
Right. So hang on, talk me through those.
Tobacco.
Tobacco, very nice.
Vanilla custard.
Tobacco with vanilla custard, it works.
Cheesecake.
Why the fuck would you put a cheesecake with tobacco and custard? But carry on.
And toffee biscuit.
Toffee biscuit. What?
No. It's too much.
I think if you took those other flavours and put them separately with the tobacco, it'd probably be right. But mash them all together in the tobacco.
I'm gonna send you over to try a double banana mint truffle.
Double banana mint truffle.
So is that two different
So hang on.
Or
Is
is it just double on the banana, or...
Is that double banana or double mint?
No, double banana.
So how do you double a banana? Because I can understand double mint because you've got like spearmint and
It's
peppermint.
Dominican Republic banana and Costa Rican banana. So.
Oh, okay. What about
what
Madagascan banana?
When they're blending it, they put 2 bananas in instead of 1.
Oh.
That's how you get the
So
double
what I
banana.
use...
So 2 bananas in an entire bathtub.
Oh, you've got it wrong.
Okay.
I use fresh banana pulp, but then I also use a foam banana from the sweetie side.
Oh.
So it's
Okay.
And chocolate
pretentious
colored banana? Or...
Well, they probably use the chocolate covered banana in this recipe because of the chocolate and mint.
Okay, so I've never... so it's double banana, mint, and what?
I don't know. I made it up on the spot just to be
Oh, okay.
facetious.
So you got 1 banana, 1 foam banana, and after 8 mint.
No chocolate on the mint.
Oh,
It's just Wrigley's.
Ooh,
That's all it
go
is.
for it.
Wrigley's.
Can't we go for a nice garden mint? I've got garden mint in the colour.
No.
I haven't got any banana flavours though.
Or like a
My
toothpaste
niece-
mint. Toothpaste
my-
mint, maybe.
Yeah, my niece has found out that I mix stuff, and she's like, "Can you make me some?" And she went, "Can you make me a banana milkshake?" I'm like, "Don't like banana. I've not got any banana flavours whatsoever."
Wait, so your niece is of age?
Lemon sherbet. I'm sure I'll
wait,
find
wait,
some.
can your niece is over 18? She vapes or?
She vapes. Yeah. Well, she smokes.
Got a picture of your 12-year-old niece at one.
No,
Do you
no,
know
my
what you ought to try?
niece has got kids.
Try
so.
try with something. Try her with something. My English does not make sense. Try her with a niece in something.
A niece for your niece.
Yeah.
A niece. Okay. Give that a go.
And then when you hand into her, you can tell her she's a star.
Okay. But
You're welcome.
We are appropriately titled tonight, aren't we?
Well, in that case, shouldn't I just kind of make something up and call it Beetle? And then she could have some beetle juice.
Could
Oh, I
do
thought it was
that.
like something containing 4 members.
Well, I don't know what porn you watch, but
What?
No, that's already been done. That's 4 pawns.
Evening Whopper,
No,
how you
that's
doing?
5 phones. 5 phones.
Do 5 pawns. Oh, right, sorry, I missed one out. Sorry. I don't always watch them to the end.
I can only usually get about 3 in. I start to overfill then.
That's what she said.
No.
Wait, isn't it just one hand? What?
Well, no, you go slim end first with a porn, don't you? Because they're
Ah.
quite small. But once you've got 3 in, it's a struggle to get any more.
Potato, as David would say. Yeah, man. Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Paul,
But-
what are you doing on YouTube?
Wait,
Who's on YouTube? What? Eh?
Paul.
Paul,
What?
I don't know. He just...
Hang on. I did have YouTube.
I'm
but
going
then
to
must have-
block him from YouTube. Just.
Oh yeah, there you go. I did have YouTube up, but then completely forgot to open up a new tab when I did a Google search.
everyone else is on Twitch.
Hmm.
They're all talking about you, mate.
Yeah.
It's
they're
messing
talking
with your
about
head,
Twitch, Paul.
blood.
It's downright bullying, actually.
Right, so prior to the show this evening,
Yeah.
I thought I'd go on a bit of an expedition just to play catch up. So I'm in a handful of groups on WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp.
Yeah, wholesale groups.
Oh
on,
shit!
Oh, okay.
You don't want to hear about those groups, Mark. No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of show. No.
It's only in. Yeah. Anyway.
So I was going through. I was like, what? And we kind of Friday evening. We kind of had this conversation. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but talking about community and the percentage of the community that are starters, the percentage that are hobbyists, and the percentage that are self-contained elitists. So we were trying to work out what proportion was what, and anyway, so I thought I'm going to go into a couple of these wholesale WhatsApp groups where one in particular, he must send out 100 messages a day with new stuff that's coming in and da. So I opened it up and I started scrolling.
Wait, are you saying one guy sends out 100 messages a day with new stuff coming?
Yeah, I've had 6 since the show
But
started.
how's that either starter, hobbyist, or elitist? That's just spammer.
No. I've signed up for it.
Oh, okay.
He's not spamming. So I go on and I look at it, and it's pod systems, coils, Caliburns, coils, more pod systems. Oh, a tank. Oh, we have a new well. I've got no idea what it is, but it's a tank. back to Caliburn's. Another Caliburn, a handheld Caliburn, a pod Caliburn. What's that? No idea, I've never heard of them. Some shit Chinese thing.
Okay.
I'm not being pretentious, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
More Caliburns, and then I see a Geek Vape box. I'm like,
This guy's got good taste, Mark. I need to follow that WhatsApp group.
and I'm like, ooh, what's this? And it's some shit Geek Vape tank, and some shit Geek Vape L200, which looks remarkably like a device I've seen before. And I'm scrolling through and I'm thinking, when did vaping stop being exciting? Is there anyone here? And I'm not poo-pooing it. I'm not being negative. I'm not... It used to be, I'd scroll through those lists with a box of Kleenex. When...
But to be fair, Mark, in percentages, generally, I would say that the starters or the ones that use the basic things that use it to stop vaping, blah blah, never go beyond that. I'm gonna estimate it to 70% of the entire industry in terms of customers. 29% are hobbyists and 1% is fucking elitists.
Yeah, I mean, I said the average rate of my old dad vapes. He's been using BBC cores since he started. He still uses them with his Spire tank. That's all he's interested in. That's all he needs.
Right, those of you on Twitch, vaping, scrolling through websites, scrolling through stuff. Does it make you hard or not hard? 1 for hard, 2 for not hard.
I think it's as it's got more mainstream. Obviously, it's the majority of wholesale stuff has veered to that side of the market. So if you go into your average high street vape shop, which I do on occasion, there's very little of what we see, like, rebuildables. If they've got 1 or 2 rebuildables, you'll be amazed, and that's it. And it's just that's the way the market's gone. And I think it's the fact that coils are pre-made coils are much better now.
Yeah,
so much better than they used to be. So there isn't the need there. And I said, obviously, I mean, I look through the websites once every 2 weeks, get ready for the show, and there's stuff on there that I like the look of, but there's never anything that goes, oh, I've got. Well, sometimes there's like, oh, I've got to get that.
Even though there's new, it's like, oh, we've seen this before. It's we can by now see through. Oh, this kind of deck or this kind of airflow, blah blah blah. We've tried so much. So even though there's new stuff, we still go, eh. I'm gonna say if I go past like some kind of wholesale page or something, and they have Caliburns for £5, I'm gonna get hard. So I don't know if that counts.
I mean, at the theme park, obviously there was quite a few people wandering around vaping. Where I could, I tried to see what it was they'd got, and a lot of the ladies seem to be going for the T18 kind of stuff. So it's a little refillable tank, nice little thing. The young lads that I would say between obviously 18, 20-year-olds seem to be on the little pods. Saw a few disposables. Yeah, that they were using. Your 25 to 35-year-olds seem to have a mod and a TF sub-ohm tank on it. So I'm kind of generalising, but that did kind of fit in with what I saw with everybody at the theme park.
I tend to find a lot more of the... that's unanimous, by the way, not hard. I tend to find, and I don't drive all that much anymore, but when I was driving, you obviously sort of smile when you see a window open and a plume of hazard. Fucking hell, that goes back.
Done it. Plumes of hazard.
Plumes. But I always found it was the older guys. You walk round. Okay, I only live in a small town, but you walk round and the people chucking the bear clouds, bro, are all the older chaps. The older chaps. Everyone else, and again, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone saying that I decide what's sensible or not, but you tend to find that I think the crazy days have gone. I remember once upon a time, everyone had got a fucking tube. You walk around the city centre and everyone was blowing the biggest fucking cloud you've ever seen.
So
You're wankers cramp or something.
That's like how you need to hold a tube, like, you know.
Oh, the
Scoop.
How do you hold a tube? Your fingers have to be all crooked to hold it and still be able to.
Don't.
depends on the.
Yeah, look.
I think it's as well. It's like Mike said about there's nothing new and stuff like that. I think it's because you've all been vaping that little bit longer. I've been vaping long enough now to where I'm just about seeing a full cycle.
Yeah.
Where it's going through, but you've seen it multiple times. And I said because you were in the early days when things were that much newer and rarer, it's not so much a novelty for you when when Squonk is going to come back in, or like I say when Tubes comes back in for the next time, which
where we had to drill holes in cartomizers to make a tank.
Yeah.
I think it's because we've made it a point now for some time where as you said some years ago, there weren't that many. It was all new and exciting for a lot of people. People didn't understand it. But now we're at a point where so many people are actually taking up vaping, both in the UK, also in a lot of other countries, that mass has to be catered to in terms of it being easy and cheap, because it's cheaper than cigarettes. That's also a factor for many for stopping smoking. So there is a big percentage of the people that they're never going to go to hobbyist level because they want to use it as what it was intended for, the smoking cessation. Quitting.
So there's also not the need to go to the hobbyist level. I mean,
because
you can.
The cheap stuff is good now.
You look at what we had to endure. I remember standing in a pub car park in Tamworth 9 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you get much business?
I was going to say.
it was more dogging than anything.
Okay.
But no, you look at technology 10 years ago or whatever, and everything was Facebook groups. Everything was because there was no community. And
forums.
Yeah. You can if you go back then and see how many people failed was because of the equipment. The equipment was all handmade. It was all.
You had to go to a YouTube video. You had to do some research to figure out how to use the stuff.
Yeah.
There wasn't. I mean, when I started, bricks and mortars just did not exist. It was you could only get it online.
Yeah.
You got it sent out to you. It was nobody told me when I started that an atomizer had a finite lifespan. I was expecting the atomizer head to last me forever, and got upset when it didn't. There were
now
no
with the expansion and so many brick and mortars, when the first brick and mortars they started popping up, that was actually hobbyists combined with someone that saw a market, and you had hobbyists in the shops that could actually guide you. But since so many brick and mortars have shut up, it's become liquid in parts because it's all about there's a demand and we supply it, and we don't know shit about it. We just sell it.
And the bricks and mortars that were popping up to start with. I mean, for example, if I went to the shop that was in Wath, that ain't there anymore. That was the shop that had all the mechs, and it had their own. The juice that they sold was concentrates out the back that they mixed up and went, here you go. They didn't have any. Short fills didn't exist at that point, so that was the shop that had all the mech stuff and the rebuildable stuff. There was a shop in Wimwell that they got tanks and the smock kind of end of things. So you kind of went to the shop that suited you, if that makes sense.
It was like I wouldn't say an event, but it was like going to the shop was also you went there to look and to have a chat with them, and it's fair enough that a lot of these shops that have popped up over the recent couple of years are just, you know, we don't sell anything interesting, but we sell what is being bought.
The shops
People
now,
come
you
in
walk in,
and-
yeah.
The average customer spends so much less time in the shop. They come in, they get what they want, and then they fuck off.
Our shop. You came to our shop, didn't you, Chandler?
Yeah.
Our shop was set up to be a social shop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh God, you'd got sofas, you'd got your monster. You could wander in, spend the afternoon there, and all you bought was a couple of energy drinks. Sat there, chatted, maybe ran out of liquid and bought some liquid off you. But it was set up for folk to come in, sit down, chill out, and you were quite happy to accommodate them even if they didn't buy out.
Does that happen now?
I don't know of a shop that's shop that's got a sofa in it.
Yeah, I mean, there's the couple. It probably can't because of COVID and everything. But also, I was going to say the biggest change that's happened from when you all started vaping and now is there's now legal regulation. So the innovation isn't going to be there as much because the laws weren't there.
I went to your shop post TPD. To be fair.
No, I mean that
only vape
that
during
didn't-
TPD, so-
exactly.
We opened
That didn't stop
pre-TPD. We went through the TPD rollout. We went through the sell-through. We went through all the government status. And that was when I think that we noticed the industry change. You know, the industry was... Don't get me wrong, from the outside looking in, they would look in and go, "You hipster bunch of fuckers! What are you doing, you clouds, bro? You."
Yeah.
From the outside looking in, it probably looked like a bunch of middle-aged blokes blowing clouds, hugging each other, but you know what? It worked. The industry was nice. It was lovely. We raised a hell of a lot of money for charity. We looked after good causes. I bought a Ferrari. It was great. I didn't.
Yeah, the miniature one.
But then, then the TPD came in, and something Dale from TYV, we had this conversation well before the TPD kicked in, right? And everyone was like, particularly in the shops, if you think about it, we'd been used to being able to sell 60ml bottles of juice at 3mg, 100ml, 6mg through. And we were shitting ourselves because we'd been told that all we could sell were 10ml. And then all of a sudden, someone went, no, 50ml plus an 18ml short fill, top it up, shake it, that's 3mg. And we're like, that's never going to be legal. They're never going to allow that. And Dale and I were talking one night, and he's like, it will be legal, it will happen, because what the government are going to do is they're going to give us enough rope for us to hang ourselves. They're going to give us enough rope to kill the industry. So we're all fighting against each other. So we're all... I know what happened. Hey, Dale, hats off to you, mate. I know you're not here, but he was...
He is.
No, he's not.
He's in the chat.
Dale Walker. No, Dale Wilkinson.
Wrong Dale. Yeah, sorry.
Dale Wilkinson. He was fucking spot on. It's... Don't get me wrong. Early days, we enjoyed healthy profits.
Yeah.
Makes sense. There's a vape shop in mine that still has a sofa.
Good on him. Good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they should.
And Dale's saying, there we go, TPD short fills killed it. White label flooded the market. Absolutely. Sorry, I didn't see your comment before, Dale.
But to be fair, if we look at
You
it
were
from the point of
chicken.
view that so many are using it as it was intended as a smoking cessation product, that's actually good in the advocacy towards all the governmental and non-governmental institutions everywhere in the world that try to kill it. The fact that if it was still Cloud Pro today, all about 0 milligram inhaling stuff with no purpose, you get my point. Then that would have a bigger, they would have a bigger leg to stand on in terms of like, what's the point of this? Let's just.
I think what's happened has happened. It's been made available. We can get it on the NHS. It's definitely more accessible. Prisoners can get hold of. So not only Joe Public, the elderly. If you're in hospital, you can get them now.
But again, UK, you're lucky that it's officially recognized, even now on the NHS, but always have been recognized as an officially endorsed smoking cessation product. There are places in the world where it's the exact opposite.
It's kind of not recognised as an official smoking cessation product. It's kind of tolerated because it works.
It's as official as having shops where you can get vape stuff in hospitals. It's on the NHS.
Yeah, there are vape shops in hospitals.
It's as official as it's ever going to get with the government acknowledging it.
Yeah.
Let's look at India when they outlawed it. Like
China.
Anakin, they 70% of what Anakin sold were
China have banned
India.
it. Yeah.
China
They had
Australia.
95% of the market. They were like
Australia, China, India, Denmark's on the way.
on the way. No, we have a total flavor ban now from April 1st.
You can still buy hardware though.
Yeah. Hardware, they don't care about hardware.
And you've got no limitations on size or volume or power.
Yeah. We still have the TPD
You still got
10 mil.
Yeah. But so many they do them with the bongs, or you can get a different glass or an extra. The Vupu pod systems, or the pod mods that they have these pods, but you can then get a
XL
spare one that's 4 milliliters or 6 milliliters.
So my question then to each and every one of you, everyone in chat, I want to know your opinion.
The question is, how far will that wooden thing go up your nose?
Depends which way.
Yeah.
The question is, does the industry need to change? Or are we happy the way it is?
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting one. I think personally, I think the industry is kind of okay where it is.
Is it stagnant?
God no.
Well, it depends. I mean, it depends.
Again, here, or here?
Yeah. From which angle you're coming from, because there's still this from the innovation standpoint, probably because there's only so many things, so many ways you can do it. But from stuff coming out, there's still plenty of high-end stuff out there if you want it. It's like you say, there isn't a lot of innovation on the high-end side. It's sort of
but the high end is like what? Let's say 5% of the industry.
Maximum.
But on the honestly, I think I was looking at it the other day because I finally got an email from Vape Expo, and I was going through the exhibitors list. So I was going to see how many pod systems, how many throwaways, disposables they're going to be, and I saw at least 5 companies with the name Bar in it. So I'm assuming they're going to be on the disposable side. But I think the disposable thing is going to be here to stay. I think you will see some people transferring over, because if they go to a decent vape shop, they'll move them over. But I mean, the industry as a whole, I think it's in an okay place because people are still taking it up.
I mean, in these environmental times, it's appalling that disposables are becoming so big, because you can get cheap and easy to use. I'm gonna just use this as an example. It's so easy to use and to fill, and you can get use. And
You're a hobbyist. You're a hobbyist. You're a hobbyist. Remember that, because I'm not gonna sit on the fence here. How many people have stopped smoking because of disposables?
Probably with the
few.
With the prevalence of disposables, I would say there's quite a lot.
Having
But
said
how
that,
how many of those are going to move on from there? I don't know, because like I say, in back in the day, it was much more. It was geared towards going down the hobbyist route, because there wasn't much you could do. You had to, if you wanted to improve the vape, you had to go down the do-it-yourself hobbyist route.
The open system.
But vaping customers has always been the type of customers you want to lose, because the point of it is to start vaping instead of smoking, and then actually stop vaping, because as we know, yes, it's 95% healthier than smoking, but in essence and in itself, it's not healthy to vape. So you're gonna want to, hey, hello, come into my shop. I'm gonna help you stop smoking, but then actually, I'm also indirectly saying that I want to lose you as a customer at some point, because also you should actually stop vaping when you're done. Stop smoking.
Yeah, well, that would be the end goal for most people, but a lot of people. Like I said, I transferred over to vaping. I didn't want to give up smoking. I wanted to stop smoking cigarettes, but I didn't want to stop ingesting nicotine, so I moved to vaping. So I never went into vaping thinking I'll do vaping for a bit and then I'll give up. There are going to be people that do that, but then there's going to be people that go, I'll do that instead of smoking. It's not as harmful.
I think there's quite a good percentage that do that. I mean,
if we're going to look at the market as a whole, and with all the different cycles that have been with tubes and drippers, and then on to everyone was tanking, and then on to squonking, and now it's borrowing. Like we're at a point now where everything is pretty much readily available, because there's still so much out there from the previous cycles, and the borrow game has grown itself so big, also with, I'm not going to say the help, but with the assistance of China and their cheap, affordable devices going into that scene, or that part of the industry or the community. You can get everything. We all see how secondhand, it's pretty much impossible to sell anything that's non-borrow unless you whack down the price.
I just want to say, Chandler, go.
The disposables thing. It's as much part of the cycle as anything else. Again, when I've been vaping a while. When we started, the first vapes that started appearing, this is before bricks and mortar started appearing. The first vapes that would start appearing were in petrol stations, and they were disposable cigalikes. They were fucking awful, but they were disposables. They were sold as a packet of cigarettes. It as much as a packet of cigarettes as marked vaping on one. And I just think that the disposables are going to be as much of a cycle as anything else. They're going to, interest in them is going to wane off again, and it's going to be back to the refillable pod systems. I don't think we're going to get away from pod systems, because...
Well, the first ones, they were semi-disposable because they had the cartridges.
The
ones... but you could... Yeah, but you could... The first e-cigs that came out were a screw-on battery with what
it had that cartridge that was like the same size of the filter of a normal cigarette.
Yeah. So if you were buying those online, fine. The first ones that you could buy that were available without you having to buy it online, that would appear in petrol station. Mark, am I right? Because you've been vaping
No.
about as long as I have. The first ones that appeared in petrol stations was literally a disposable e-cig. It lasted the equivalent of a pack of 20, and once the battery ran out, you threw it away and bought another one.
Yeah.
That was the intention.
And then they went on to the Cartos, didn't they?
Then they went on to
With
the
a screw-on
Cartos.
filter.
Yeah.
And then you had the little USB thing that you screwed your
Yeah,
battery
you had to
into.
screw it in to charge the battery up. And then
that
you
was
got
the Ego T's, the Ego T's and the C4.
the egos, yeah, the ego cartomizers all appeared, and some petrol stations are still selling those.
But they still sell, at least here
They
in
still
brick and mortar.
bloody
My
will.
friend has 2 shops. They still have them. I'm like, why do you have vision spinners? Why do you have C4s? People come in and fucking buy them.
Because they work.
Yeah.
Those
To be
spinners,
honest, that is
great.
the CE4 is what really got me. It wasn't until the CE4 came out when I stopped smoke. I haven't had a cigarette since the CE4 came out.
24
that-
milligram tutti frutti for the win.
Yeah. Prior to that, if I was going out, I wouldn't smoke. If I was going out with friends and I'll have a cig, it was like, yeah, I'll go on then. But yeah, CE4 is what did
Let's
it.
go through some of these comments because we've kind of
Distracted us.
Just
scrolled.
ignore
As
Paul
always.
over on YouTube. Ignore him.
I haven't got the YouTube chat up.
So I'm going to ignore Matt's comments on disposables need banning because I think there's two sides. From an ecological point of view, yeah, they need to get in the bin. However, I think they've got millions of people off cigarettes. So I'm going to sit on the fence on that. Paul, the industry is about stopping smoking. That's the only reason it is tolerated. Hobbyists are bellends, and I am the king. True? You are a bellend. Next, for now it's been fine, but I'm in the US. Andrew, I don't know. I probably do know where you are in the US. And I know you guys had your own battles with what was
Ivali.
with what?
Ivali.
Diwali.
Ivali.
Is he having a stroke?
In the US,
Yeah.
the Ivali, the you don't remember Ivali?
I've never met him.
The THC oil thingy?
Right. No,
Oh,
I was
the
talking about.
Avali. Sorry, the lung thing.
Yeah, but in US,
Yes.
it's all been like it's been sort of locally managed, and loads of states have like banned everything, and it's been
They're
been
With
banned.
US, they have the issue of never having any regulations. You could just keep on putting whichever nicotine level you wanted. I'm still saying 20 milligram limit in TPD saved us from a lot.
Yeah.
And it
but
saved us
US
from fuel.
Yeah.
But
at least.
in the US, some states have completely banned it, banned everything.
Yeah.
Dale, it's moving for the masses, but it's slow for the people that know. I'll agree with that wholeheartedly. For me, I'm happy with spending a few quid time to time, knock up a custom with DIY, and use the mountain of gear from the good old days. Yeah. You know, every now and again there'll be, something, I won't mind trying that. I tend to get it and then pass it on, or Chandler has it, or something like that. But I'll try it. Maybe I'll enjoy it. Maybe I won't. And I've started to get to the point now where, what's the point in having it sat on the shelf? I ain't never going to use it. I ain't never going to use it again. Let it go.
It's the sort of thing that you look at it and then, there you go, set it up and go, yeah, it's all right.
You're a hoarder, aren't you, Chandler?
Yeah, I'm shocking. I am absolutely shocking. I've got stuff sat here. Look at that Mirage dripper. Look at that. How good's that?
But at least you keep your stuff on display. I go through my stuff every now and again, and really old stuff just goes in a box, like really old sort of tanks and stuff like that will just go in the box of shame and never see the light of day.
OBS engine. Not going to vape on that.
To me, the stupidest like reasoning for the countries doing flavor bans or states in the U.S. is the fact that adults don't quit smoking with flavors. Okay, let's look at fucking nicotine gum. Is there anyone who's made a nicotine gum with tobacco flavor? No. It's mint, it's licorice, it's maybe some fruit or something. No one has made, and that's the most in most countries. That's what's endorsed by doctors as a smoking cessation. That's gum and
because it's a pharmaceutical. It's a pharmaceutical thing.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's likely
alcohol.
to be coming through the big tobacco route, and it's owned by these tobacco companies. That's the only reason. It's cash. Sorry, Chandler.
Oh, you're right. I was just gonna say alcohol. I mean, you get all these flavored gins, flavored vodkas, flavored cider. It's like no one's drinking alcohol because of what? We did kind of have this argument when the Alco Pops kind of started a few years back.
Yeah.
We remember the lemon hooch.
Yeah. Hooper's Hooch.
Of an age.
You can still get it. Hooper's Hooch. You can get it in Tesco's.
Yeah, you can.
I might actually get some for Easter.
I saw some Mad Dog 2020. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, Mad Dog 20 is a bit of Thunderbird.
Yeah, that sort of thing. But
And a Castaway mixed with a Diamond White. Blast away.
When Hooch came out, it was if you bought cider, it was either apple or pear, and that was your lot.
Yeah.
There was no other. Oh, I know. Let's have a cider and put some blackcurrant and raspberry and rhubarb and God knows what into it.
And then came the Smirnoff Ice.
Or the mule, Smirnoff Mule.
The Moscow Mule, yeah, the Smirnoff Mule. Yeah,
Or if you went to a club, it was always a VK Blue.
Yeah, the VK. The best one I ever saw with the mule was in a nightclub in Croydon that I used to go to. One time there was a bloke putting back the mules, and basically a little bit later he was in the bathroom being unwell, and somebody walked up to him and said, "Can you feel the mule kicking now, mate?"
Do you remember Reef?
Yes, yeah, that was yeah, but that was yeah. So like the ladies in our group went for the Reef and the Bacardi Breezers.
Bacardi Breezers. You see, Reef for me it was just an alcoholic fruit juice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
and
was.
You used to torpedo them. You'd literally go and spend £4 for one in a club, bend a bottle, go, and it was gone.
Yeah, it was just basically like Tropicana. You just like that, have that, and then like 20 minutes later, you can't walk straight, and you can't work out why.
I think we ought to arrange one weekend to go back to the early to mid 90s and do a weekend out.
A weekend out where we're only allowed to drink mule or hooch.
Yeah, and I'll start with the Mets.
Jaeger bombs.
No, that's modern.
Jägermeister.
That's
Go
modern,
to Austria on a skiing vacation. You get Jaeger bombs in Flügel and shit. Yeah.
That wasn't a 90s thing, Jaeger.
No, that was a 2000.
No, it was
Jaeger started
Aftershock.
coming out, but not Jaeger bombs. Jaeger bombs weren't.
It was Jägermeister, wasn't it, that you had?
You did have Jaeger. Yeah, I remember having a really bad night on that when I was it was called university, but it was just college. But they had a bar and they were doing 50p shots of Jägermeister.
Oh God!
And I spent about 10-15 quid. It didn't end well.
I was only discussing this with my missus the other day. Our local nightclub used to have a student night. It was £1 entry, 50p a pint. I used to be completely hammered on less than a fiver.
Yeah, that's because you were drinking Diamond White.
Well, yeah. It was some cider brand called Copperfield or
Copperberg.
Copperberg,
No,
that was a Swedish one, yeah.
Copper something.
Copperberg.
Might have been
Copperfield.
Copperberg. Yeah, might have been. But yeah. And that didn't have any flavour in. That was just apples.
I did like Mick's comment about going back to back to the subject. If any of us were at the start of our vaping journey again, we'd probably be using disposables and think they were great. It's probably true.
Yep.
It's
And the question is, if it worked, this is my whole point with disposables. If it worked, and at the time it was cheaper than smoking, if it ain't broke,
No, but
fix it.
I think with us, because we've all got that more hobbyist thing in us, we'd want to delve deeper, and we would have moved on because we all have that.
You see, the only
that
reason
thing
I
in
delved
us.
deeper was because it wasn't satisfying me.
yeah, absolutely. Because it was when I hit rebuilding very late. I'd been vaping 5 years before I came across rebuilding. It was in a bricks and a mortar, and he went, "Oh, sorry, mate, I'm completely surprised that you don't build." And I'm like,
What?
because I'd been going into this shop for a good 6-8 months, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, mate, and I'm surprised you don't build." And it was like, "Sorry, what?" Yeah, you can buy an Atty like this, and you can rebuild it, and you put your own coil in.
That's the point. It was fueled by some of the people that were in those. I'm gonna say few because it was fewer than now. Brick and mortar shops that were hobbyists themselves. They spread it. Whereas now, if you go into, I'm gonna say maybe half of the brick and mortars, they don't know shit about it.
And there's also probably very few people that would go. I mean, the majority would just go, "Yeah, you want this and you want X coil to go in it because the coils are great." They're not pushing the rebuild. Oh, you want to rebuild because you can put your own coils in, put your own wick in, da 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 da. You can tailor it to how you want it. It's all there is a stock coil that will do that for you. You don't need to mess about.
But also, if we go back to the Bear Clouds era, you would need at least 2 coils in your dripper. You would need a lot of cotton. You would need to change it, so you sell a lot more that way. Dual coil, you also used up more juice than a single coil and then a pod. And if you use more juice, you bought more juice, and you made a lot of money on the juice. So it made sense. Whereas now it's just, I'm not gonna say short-term thinking, but still like, yeah, take this caliber and 10 mils of juice. It'll last you the entire week.
Right.
Yeah, but also looking at it the other way, it's a case of here you go, have the TFV 23 dual quad coil, quad mesh coil. Oh, you can get octo coils, can you now?
Well, you could back then.
Take that, blow your Bear Clouds. You punish the juice exactly the same way.
Well,
but
the
it's a
smart
stock
coils
coil.
were good for 2 reasons for the shops, because 1, they sucked up so much juice, and 2, they only lasted a day, so you would need to get more.
But the beauty of it was, from a retailer's point of view, all British juice was shit. Right? So we used to import everything from the States.
Yeah.
Prime example, our best-selling juice of all time was probably the Flawless range before it came to the UK. Right? We used to buy that in at $8 back when it was 2 to 1, so we were paying £4 a bottle. That went on the shelf at £20 a bottle. Right?
Yeah.
My typical customer were Bear Clouds, right? They were getting through 60 mil a day. Right? Not only were they getting through 60 mil a day, they were also getting through the sweetest fucking juice you've ever tasted in your life. So they were getting through coils as well. So for me, an average spend on a customer was 80 to 100 quid per visit. From when I shut the shop down, 12 quid. 12 quid was average spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, it's a calculation of, are there more people spending 12 quid than if there were fewer people spending 80 quid?
Yeah.
Because there are now more people. No, but you get what I'm saying.
I know what
There
you're
are
saying.
more people now buying the mainstream things, as opposed to a few people.
Right.
Buying
Okay.
top.
So a pod system, right? Typically, what do you pay? No, sorry, it's not even a pod system, is it? A fucking disposable. What's the
Five,
reason?
8 quid.
You're looking
Five,
at
8
somewhere
quid.
between five and 10 quid, aren't you?
10 quid
Yeah.
for one? Fuck off. No chance.
No, it's
It's
about
between
probably-
five,
it's-
5 and 8. I've seen
it's-
them for it.
Yeah, they're probably about £5, and they tend to do like four. They're probably like 5,996 quid, and they tend to do like 4 for 20 or something like that.
So you're paying between £2 and £3 plus VAT wholesale.
The margins have gone down because the market has grown. So it's like, as you say, with the prices on juice, with the British market growing so immensely.
It was whoever said it in
Your juice prices, like in Denmark, we look at it saying, "What the fuck? Why are you selling that for 10 quid when we charge 30 for it still here?"
someone said it in the chat earlier. It was the white labels. As soon as you started getting the white label, someone twigged that, oh, I can produce. It's better for me to sell 1,000 bottles at a £5 a bottle than it is to sell 200 bottles at 20 quid a bottle.
But economies of scale, it doesn't make sense.
It makes no. All it's done is it's lowered the consumer's expectation.
Yeah.
It's like, why the fuck should I pay 20 quid for a bottle when Frank down the road
That's
is
put
selling...
pressure on them and lowered your margins because if I sell it to him for 12 instead of 15, then he won't go to the neighbor shop that sell it for 13 or 14.
Which is exactly what happened with us.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we weren't greedy in any way, shape or form. We were retail or just below. But we did deals to encourage multiple purchases. We had these Belfox opened up down the street. Bearing in mind, the Leicester city centre where we were, there was probably 4 or 5 vape shops that I'd consider proper vape shops. Not that I consider eVapo a proper vape shop, but hey ho, I'll consider them a proper vape shop for now. Sorry, anyone that works for eVapo. No, I'm not. That comes.
What are you on about?
But no, there was probably 5 or 6, and we all existed fine in that city centre. You know, if I hadn't got something and somebody wanted something, that particular product, I'd send them to another shop and vice versa. Often I get people coming to me and say, oh, such and such from Flawless has sent me down to pick up a blur. Or, it's how we used to work. Then these chodes opened up down the street. Selling retail at wholesale price. Literally, we were closed within 2 months. They killed us. Literally killed us. And we weren't.
Would they be selling it at retail?
No, they were selling it at wholesale. They were selling what we were selling at retail or just below. Let's say a 12 quid, 10, 12 quid bottle of juice at the time. Bearing in mind margins were, we'd probably make 4 quid, 5 quid on a 10 quid bottle of juice. 4, 5 quid, 6 quid if it was a cheap Manchester brand. They were knocking them out at 3, 4 quid. They were selling them below what we were paying for them.
Yep.
And we were shut and gone within 2 months of them opening.
Did they last, or did they disappear?
They're
as well?
still going, still playing the
going.
underhand tactics.
Have they raised their prices up any,
No.
or were they doing it as we're selling it dirt cheap to try and erase the competition, and then our prices are going to creep up?
No, I don't believe.
Where are they getting the juice from if they're getting it cheaper than if they're selling it cheaper than wholesale?
Who knows? They must be buying in at a big enough volume to get distribution price. Bearing in mind, right, so prime example, our juice, 16.84. So our retail at the time on our Jeffreys line was £16 retail, 15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
We wholesaled it, or the distributors that were selling it on our behalf were wholesaling it at 8, and we sold to distributors at £4.50. So buy enough, you're buying it at £4, which means you can sell it at £6 to retail.
Yeah, and make a profit. Yeah.
But they're having to work so much harder for that small margin. I just don't understand it. It had to have been a tax swindle. Had to have been. There was a.
They're having to buy so big volumes that they're gonna inevitably end up having too much stock, and then that stock is just money sitting there. And even though they made £2 per bottle for the ones they sold at 6, they would still have that many sitting still in the shelf that would hollow out the margin they actually had.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey ho, you live and learn.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd be, bearing in mind, how many years ago was this now? Fair few years ago. And as I exited, we'd still got the lab. So we were still manufacturing as we closed the shop. So still involved in the industry. I'm very bitter about the industry at that point. Bearing in mind, they'd taken away half my livelihood. Half our income, it had gone. You know, I'd let down customers, and it felt personal. And for a while I felt very, very bitter about it. And if you'd have asked me then, would you still be doing Vape Talk UK 5 years time, I'd have gone, fuck no. So it can't be all that bad for this bitter twisted old bastard with a swollen foot to still keep coming back once a month, because that's all I feel as though we do. But the industry can't be that bad. We're saving lives.
Yeah.
We're on a whole a decent bunch. You know, I know from the group, the majority. Cheers, Andrew. Appreciate that, buddy. Really appreciate that. From the groups that I swing in, so to say, I'd like to say every single person within that group would do anything for anyone within our circles, as it was. You know, anyone in this room now, you messaged me and said, Mark, I need blue. If I've got it, you can have it. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what? It's just stuff. And if it makes someone happy, fuck it. I don't care.
And to all those that keep on coming back like that, once a month we go on. Thank you for still joining us. We don't mean for it to be you coming here watching us. We mean for you to be here with us.
Yes.
And we're gonna keep on doing it, maybe rarer than before, but as long as we feel like it. But for a while now, we haven't wanted to be forced into putting a show on every week or every other week, because if we didn't feel like it, it would just be bullshit.
Usually, if we're not live, there is usually a chat. We have a hangout. If you want to be part of that and you haven't been,
just
drop
poke
us a
one of
message.
us.
Just message one of us on Facebook or something like that, and we'll make sure you get. We'll ping you a link.
I'll ping you a link.
Yeah, I'll go to the Facebook group and make a post saying, "Is there a hangout tonight?" Usually we do it on Tuesdays. Anyway,
if you're in the Facebook group, the link usually gets posted in the Facebook group. So yeah, just make sure you're part of the Vape Talk UK Facebook group, and we'll get you in. It's all good.
So thank you for
it's nice to see. It's nice to see faces as well.
Yeah,
That goes with the chat.
So thank you for joining us on the vaguely vaping related Vape Talk UK. I think it quite works, and I've got to say, Mr. Child's beneath me. Sorry, am I okay using your surname? Some people are funny. Sorry,
that's right. It says it on there. That's fine. No, that's fine. It gets said on the podcast enough. It's fine. Yeah, that's right.
If it wasn't for Dave tonight, then I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't have been here. I enjoy having Dave here.
Yeah, we have it, Chandler. We might as well just go.
I do. I genuinely enjoy having Dave here.
Of course,
Well,
Dave wouldn't be here if we all didn't enjoy having
No.
him.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah, I said it's nice to be honest. I like chatting with you. I said I am very much a hermit these days. So doing this sort of stuff and doing the podcast is the only sort of conversations I really have that aren't with myself.
So all raise
I
a
like
glass.
doing it.
Welcome our new host to the show.
So, but it's also just the fact that we don't need to have 100 elements of content that we need to shove in your face or promote anything. We come on here, we have a chat and chit chat about something, and we try to have it vaping related and yeah, as I said,
Vaguely vaping related.
Vaguely, yeah.
It's like
So-
you're crossing the streams now.
But yeah, and I must admit, Dave touched on something. If it wasn't for Vape Talk, if it wasn't for the podcast, I think I would have gone absolutely insane over lockdown.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was the hangouts, the doing the show,
The
and
quizzes.
podcast, the quizzes that we did.
Wait, quizzes? Oh,
Yeah, we did quizzes.
Friday night quiz.
Oh yeah,
that
before the
saved me from
quiz,
going over the edge.
yeah.
didn't we used to do a Friday night show that wasn't related to vaping at all?
Yeah,
If you'd like to see that return, let us know.
we did. We only did it on. We only did
I
that.
think we've touched upon this before, that we concluded that the Friday night talks weren't suited to be streamed.
There weren't.
Yeah,
They started
why it
turned
off. Turned out into the hangouts.
Yeah. But we started off the quizzes were on Twitch, weren't they?
Yeah, we streamed those.
Yeah, we streamed those on Twitch.
And Dave almost every time won in chat.
Yeah,
Him and Ali.
Yeah, traded it a few times. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
But no, without getting too soppy, you guys are great. If you weren't here, we wouldn't be here. And I'm not saying that from a suicidal point of view, but if you guys weren't here, then if you weren't supporting us, then we wouldn't do it. You were the guys that keep us going, and yeah. So on that note, fuck you, you horrible bunch of bastards. We'll probably see you in a week or so's time. If not, I don't give a shit.
Feel free to join. We'll pop the link to the after show chat on Zoom.
Yep.
Feel free to join if want to have a chit chat. If it's just for 5 minutes, just to say hi. Well, whatever floats your boat.
Take care, guys. Pleasure as always. Adios, motherfuckers.
Bye.
VTUK.